3 weeks, the regional media has been inundated with images of a Grenada that will not be the same for a long time to come. The biggest question on the minds of journalists who visited the island immediately after Hurricane Ivan was how long before Grenada gets back on its feet again. The signs of recovery, though small, are there 3 weeks later. Yes, those are Tech trucks behind me, but I'm not on Frederick Street. In fact, I'm in St. George's in Grenada. And what you're seeing behind me is another example of Trinidad and Tobago coming to the need of another country. This time, it's the rebuilding of Grenada. The rebuilding process, obviously, has already begun.
Lean on me. We are not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Lean on me.
Even though life is far from returning to normal for Grenadians, they are trying to cope. A lot of the debris on the roads have been cleared but remain piled up on the sides. Even though electricity on most of the island has not been restored, there is running water in many parts and cell phones are once again operational. Oddly, there was traffic everywhere, even though most business places and government offices remain closed. Many persons are still without homes or roofs on their houses, but the shelters have begun to empty. After the hurricane struck, there were 125 families at the Happy Hill shelter. Only a few remain.
They give us up to Wednesday to leave because like they want to do some renovation of the school, you know.
Who gave you up until Wednesday?
Well, the principal, you know. But with me now, I have one problem. It's a very big one, you know. Because my 2 houses fall, right? And the 2 spots I was on is not my own, you know. And well, for me, I don't know if I'm going to trust me.
I leave in this evening.
Do you have somewhere to go?
I borrowed the house, so the else have to put the tarpaulin over it.
But is it dangerous for you?
Yeah, when rain coming, it might still wet, but we have to be there. While rain and where else to go.
How many children you have?
6.
All of them with you? What are the ages of the children?
18 to 4.
You felt you all could have been better taken care of?
Yeah, taken care of.
In what way? Like in what way?
Like when they bring the food, they share it and so, but they have it in there and you have to wait for it and all kind of stupidness. But most time we buy it in the shop. When you have money, you buy it.
Is that your children? Do you have a baby too?
I have 4 sisters.
4 sisters?
Yeah, one brother.
A lot of the relief supplies that came from Trinidad and Tobago was supposed to have been sent to shelters like these. Questions remain as to whether the food actually got to those who really needed it. But the distribution of relief supplies continue. We visited the center located on the grounds of the National Stadium. Most of the supplies here came from Venezuela. Canned goods, juices, water, even feminine hygiene products. You mentioned that one crucial thing is missing, huh?
Condoms, we need condoms, yeah? We could have sanitary pads, we could have condoms as well. There's a lot of promiscuity going on right about now, especially about now.
Why? Because
there's nothing to do really, you know, everybody just laid back. You know, so
no TV
condoms
to
is vital, no TV to watch.
So by June, July next year, you should have a baby boom in Grenada.
I think so, you don't have a problem. It could be in for a serious problem. So, condoms please!
You're sold out of condoms?
Not quite.
But have you had like a high demand for condoms?
Not as yet. I sold a couple packets, but the high demand is not there.
Okay, so you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing.
Why?
Basically, people, because of the present situation, you know, a lot of young people need and they'll do anything to get what they need right now. And we have a young population, and I believe promiscuity will be high.
I think it's a phenomenon that is understood by social scientists whenever there is a disaster or problems. You see an increase in births 9 months later, so it's a natural phenomenon. And Grenada, that's not unique. Grenadians are pretty spicy people. And so, but as you know, we have always advised that abstinence is the way to go.
The Prime Minister now has an office to go to, unlike what obtained in the early days following the hurricane. If anything, politics is alive and well in Grenada, with the voices of both the government and the opposition being heard. As we drove around, the heat was stifling. One official attributed this to the almost total absence of trees on the island, another legacy of Ivan the Terrible. In fact, since Ivan, there has been little rain. Thankfully, this was one of those rare days when the showers came. Little comfort, though, to those without a roof over their heads. Speaking of roofs over their heads, galvanized alone appeared to serve the purpose for this group. Is that like punch and rum?
Definitely.
It's like punch and rum.
Well, we got Jack from Trinidad.
Oh, okay.
Bunch of rum and food. Yeah, that we do.
So, do you all usually work or?
That's right. All these working men.
Oh, but because of what the hurricane, you just...
You know, we still working.
Another noticeable phenomenon was the absence of wildlife. During one of our stops, this little fellow seemed to come out of nowhere. It was tough getting into St. George's because of the heavy traffic everywhere. In the capital, despite most of the shops being closed, there were lots of people out and about.
Take your time over, don't get excited, take your time. We're getting excited here.
So you've been here for how long, Linda? 5 days. Oh, so you came after the hurricane? Are you kidding me? What? Why?
We have a wedding. My brother got married Saturday.
How did it feel to get married in the middle of all of this disaster?
After all, the wedding was nice.
So everything went as planned. You had the same wedding.
It wasn't as big as how we wanted it to be,
But it was good.
Despite all the doom and the gloom, as they say, we made it bright by making the first step forward to show the young people that love is still alive in Grenada. Okay?
Despite the disaster.
Despite the disaster.
First wedding after Hurricane
So tell me, what are you going to name your first child then?
Not Ivan.
Gonna learn to fly again. Maybe hard, but
And we want to say to the entire West Indies team, I would like you to express that and to Brian Lara and the West Indies team for the special effort in raising the flag of the Caribbean in a time that we are down. And it shows that we are down, but we are not out.
when I'm back on my feet again. When I'm back on my feet again. I'll be back on my feet again.
Anne-Marie Ganes with a TTT special report.